pushed it a second. See? I guess I had it on and pushed it off. I don't know. How's that? Robin chastising me. Did you see how quickly she went after me about that? Oh boy, girl.
But see, they're still not saying they can hear us.
No, they can hear us now. Because I can see it. So, there you go. There you go. Now we're good. There you go. Bingo. I don't see Chuck on here. I think Chuck's in shit city up there in Chicago. I don't know if he's going to be at many poker games now. I understand they locked down. This is so bad. This is all so bad.
God, Bassett, mango habanero beer. So I've been talking with my sister back and forth for the past freaking week. Mama is getting just as confused can be. And I think I really need to get down there and try to see my mom. And I don't know what they're going to do for Thanksgiving yet, but I thought if there was a chance of hell of people being able to see their parents, that Thanksgiving would be it. So I've gone back and forth with the travel agent, and I was just calling my sister tonight to say, okay, I'm coming Sunday. And now Bassett's wife, Bethany, is not feeling well. My sister's got the baby tonight, and Dawn came in there and told me that they are getting ready to shut down the travel thing coming in and out of Maryland. Fallon said they're already starting to do that down in North Carolina and Virginia. So, and I think Newport there in Tennessee is the highest that it's been since this whole thing started. So, I think I better just sit tight for a little bit. I can't quite figure out the thing to do. It's an 11-hour drive. I don't think that's a smart thing for somebody my age to do by themselves. And if I'm on an airplane and I'm going to have to be in 3 different airports around all of those people, touching the bathroom handles and all that stuff, then I really need to be quarantined for 14 days before I'm around my mom when I get there, and that's not feasible, so I don't think I'm going to be able to go see my mama. It's awful.
The party here's canceled.
What's the new rules there, Terry?
Oh, God.
Is Virginia shut down?
Well, if you're off work
it
for
starts tomorrow, they said.
What?
Little Bear said it starts in Virginia tomorrow.
God damn. Well, if you two clowns are off work for a week, why don't you come up here and pick your aunt up? Your auntie.
They offered.
Well, we'll pay them a lot of money. We make it worth their while.
I'm not interested in being in a car for that long.
I'll get you guys a couple of cases of Schlitz.
Shit. Do they still make Schlitz?
Oh, hell yeah. It's all Rudy Bosch would ever drink.
I used to have, I never see it in the...
Schlitz beer.
Of course, I don't drink beer. I guess I don't look. But I used to have a Schlitz t-shirt. It was brown. Had a big brown thing on it.
I'm on the screwdrivers now. I don't drink girly drinks. I have a...
Oh, yes, he does.
No,
yes, he does.
No, I do not.
He loves a good frozen margarita. He loves a good pina colada.
Mexican drinks are not girly. I won't eat a mojito or drink one of those or anything, but I've had it, but she made some pina coladas today, so.
And they were so good. We put coconut in them. They were mango coladas, actually. I put a mango juice instead of a pineapple juice. They were really good as shit. They were going down pretty good. Then I had to have me a nap.
We'd get all that rum in Puerto Rico, and we'd go up to the officers' housing on base and steal all their mangoes. They were just these big mango trees. And we'd go buy a blender at the exchange, and we would just stand, crow and hoot with the owls, and watch that sun come up in the morning, drinking those mango margaritas or whatever the hell they were, mango coladas, whatever we do on there. So, there you go. Wants to know what your favorite drink is?
Well, it's not my favorite drink. It's the only thing that Don will let me drink anymore. I drink red wine. I think he's going to ban me from drinking that too before long. But I really like a good screwdriver. I do. And I'm making them this winter at Christmas time. I saw another thing on TV, and it's pomegranate liqueur, vodka, and fresh squeezed orange juice. And that was the prettiest little festive drink. We're going to have some of them at Christmas. I promise I won't get mean. You should have seen us in here this morning, hollering at each other. Neither one of us can hear shit. And I'm standing.
She's bad.
And now I can't hear, so if the water's running in the sink, just don't talk to me, because just that water running, I can't hear. So had been talking about my tickets for the airline, and he mumbles, the tickets, the tickets, the damn tickets. It's like, what in the hell are you saying? I can't hear you. And he said, you get the fucking tickets.
It was too early for that shit. I can't stand that when she looks at me and gives that, huh? And why? Because I said why. That's why.
I'm getting sick of that.
I hate that.
That's just why.
You're as bad as our grandson.
You're making fun of my accent.
Just the way you say it.
Why?
Our grandson would do that about everything. Why? And I get on him. I go, you got to stop saying that. And my daughter would go, how do you expect him to learn? He ain't wanting to learn. He's asking me. It's not even a question. I mean, it's becoming a habit. So I think we broke into that. Just whatever you say to him. Why?
If he goes home and he says shit, or if he says anything, my daughter says, Remington, where did you learn that? And he always goes, Pap.
We get it.
He blames everything on Pap.
Well, I've told this story before. A lot of years ago. I think that's rain.
If anything happens on here, we have had a windstorm all day long, and it's really getting bad out there now. I can hear it. So
she is mad at me, and she won't say why. And this just isn't an overnight thing. This shit goes on for weeks of me trying to get at why are you so mad? And she won't say, but and then she'd get a couple of drinks in, and it would just ramp up. I'm like, oh my God, it's becoming unbearable here. So finally, I just nailed her down, and I said, you're going to tell me what you're mad about right now. And she goes, I know where you hide your fuck books. And I said, my fuck books? And she said, I know where you hide them. And I said, what the hell are you talking about? She said, you hide them under DJ's bed. And I said, yeah. I was like, think about what you're saying. Think right now about what you're saying. Our son, our teenage son. I hide fuck books under his bed. And the look that came over her face when she realized she'd been...
He wasn't a teenager at that point. He was young. And you were bringing him home and giving him to him.
He wasn't.
And his little friends. Oh, yes, he was. He was about 9. He was a little boy.
For weeks, she thinks I'm creeping around the house, while he's asleep and getting my stash out. I'm like, think about what you just said. So what did Remington tell his mom yesterday to get me in trouble?
You told him to kill her?
Oh, yeah. He says something about, I'm going to kill Mom. And
he saw something on YouTube or something.
And his dad went after him about it. And what did you say? Where did you learn that? Or why would you say that? And
Pap told me to.
Pap told me to. Why, you little bastard. Frick, I didn't do anything like that. So.
Well, herding chickens, if you ever get up this way, I have everything to make the mixed drinks with because of all that cool stuff you sent down here. I've got all the sugar, the salt, all the condiment little containers. So, it's getting bad.
Yeah, the tide breached a little bit, but it didn't get in the impoundment, so hopefully it'll stay because we get that south wind that blows that water right up this river, so we really lucked out the timing of the tides. It wasn't too bad today, and I was like, this is a perfect day to go hunting because I broke my Zodiac out, I got my Zodiac out there, and I'm rocking. I'm going to go out there and give it hell because it's a black boat that's 15 feet long, a rubber boat. I'm going to look like a sea duck. How
Bassett
can
said, I
lose?
remember looking at our first fuck books up in that tree house with you. Oh, God. So, yeah, Terry, I just got on the internet and read, because I just talked to my mama, and she said, oh, the president just said that that's a complete lockdown. Well, I didn't know if she was dreaming again or not. And I didn't see that, but I got on it, and it said that, all the restaurants were shut down, and then they went to a 75%. Well, now they're moving them back down to 50% capacity, and so I guess I'm back to ordering my groceries from Walmart. I guess. Spotsylvania.
Bad.
How do I know that? Don't I pass that going to Tennessee or something?
It's in Virginia.
Yeah, I know I've seen that.
It's bad going back to this lockdown. And I feel, I've almost caved a few times. I have. We disappointed a couple of families this summer. It really broke my heart of them wanting to come up and bring the kids and get in the pool and ride jet skis and just do whatever the hell they want. It broke my heart going, guys.
Well, I wanted infantryman to bring his family.
Yeah, it's, and I've stuck to it, but I have almost caved a few times. And then I went duck hunting again yesterday. Just me and Zena and Warrior, and that's, I can get it done, but I can find ways to, but it kind of drives me nuts doing that as well. But I'm glad that we have kind of stuck to it here, and we'll see, because I'm not going to get it, I ain't going to spread it, and so I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know either, but I'll tell you right now, I'm disgusted with myself. I was doing that, I'm starting back on my keto thing tomorrow, but I had done so good. What did I lost, like 70 pounds or close to it or something?
That much back on. Everybody's put on weight for it.
But now we've been on this lockdown, and I quit smoking, and so I'm doing great with not smoking. Dawn's doing great with not smoking, but man, am I piling the weight back on, and I'm just as pissed off as I can be. I've got to figure something out. But when you're home all the time, and we work from here, and it's not like we don't go out to eat, and we don't go and do anything because of this lockdown. Just easy to walk past the refrigerator and open the door and get something.
We're going to start hunting more. You and me are going sea duck hunting. So I just talked to the guy that took me and Robert out in our wounded Marine last year, the sea duck guy. I mention him on here all the time now. What a badass he is. He just called me an hour ago and said he's got a cancellation for this week, and he is watching this coronavirus thing. He says it's not good. People are canceling. He fills those parties, and he charges a lot for them because he can get it. And he's like, we're in kind of tough shape here with this virus. The governor's considering closing everything down again. People are already canceling coming in. He's got he told me he had a party of guys coming in for 5 days to sea duck hunt. 5 days of doing the same shit out in that boat. And I tell you, that is a great time. I don't know
Not
that
for 5 days.
I don't know that I'd want to do it. He said they just canceled. It canceled on me. 5 days. That's that was $4,000 he lost out on that. There's chickens. You got dark candy stuff. Giant stadiums. Robin. Poor girl. Everybody brace for shock. This too shall pass.
Yeah, but
This too shall pass. There you go. For Bassett, I was out with Warrior and then getting my boat rigged up, and I looked down the drive, and that buck had horns so big, it reminded me of a mule deer. That rack was so wide on that thing. I never saw a deer with a rack that wide except for mule deer and big mature ones. And he walked right across, and he went over and went down there later. He's got they scrape all the way around the property. This property's got like that U. they just leave scrapes, and he'd just gone over there and gave that thing a shellacking. So the rut is on here today. It's been on for a week. It's been another week, but I haven't been doing much.
Well, Zena's doing fine, but Don was ready to shoot her yesterday. He went out there and I was watching her. She's just young, and because of the lockdown and because we haven't had anybody down here, hunting, she just hasn't been getting the real training. You can only do so much with those dummy launchers and stuff. She needs to go for a bunch of big, good hunts, with a bunch of dudes out there. The excitement, but Dawn shot several ducks yesterday, and I was peeping out through the blinds, and I could see her, and she went out there, and that duck was still alive, moving around, and she was just prancing her feet in the water, and she just loves them. She just plays with them. So,
well, when I want to mix things up, I don't like shooting a 12 gauge at ducks. I like a 20 gauge. I like a 20 gauge all the way around. So I was using Canine Lover, sent a beautiful 20 gauge. That's what Jack was shooting. Little Jack, when I had him down here last year, I made him shoot that, and he started knocking down ducks. And it's a sweet gun, but I take Xena down. We all go for these humps, or I get on the golf cart and go down and get the mail or something. And if there's any water anywhere in any of the ditches, she's just up as fast as she can go, just kicking it. She just loves being in the water and gooning around with it. And if those ducks, she goes straight out there. But she is in no hurry to bring a crippled duck back. That is just way too much fun to let them just keep escaping, and her turning around in circles with me bellowing like an idiot, which is the worst thing to do repeatedly. Tell them to come in, and then I'll just go out there, and that's when she says, "Oh shit, here he comes," and she'll pick it up. And
so I saw her taking it back to Dawn. That's the part I saw, and so I made the dogs a big, good hot meal. I made liver and rice and everything, and Dawn said, "You leave them damn dogs out there." And I said, "But she did so good, she brought it back." And he said, When I was out in the middle of the damn compound, she finally decided to bring it to me.
Bitch.
So,
oh boy, she's but she gets it. They're just really new to her. She knows what she's supposed to do. She just ain't quite got the taste for, this, and get it back so we can get another one. And it's always, when you dump one, here's all the other ones. And while you're out there prancing around in that water, I'm blowing all these other shots. Get in the blind. But she is just so attentive. I tried my best to shoot video out there, but I'm pulling on a jerk string to get some motion in the decoys. I'm calling. I'm trying to videotape and shoot at the same time. I need Terry, but she sit there and just stare. She sees.
CJ, I'm so sorry that your restaurant's being shut down again.
God damn it.
We have some of our favorite little restaurants around here, not the big ones on the water, that's sort of a tourist thing, but just some little mom and pop shops. And I swear I just don't know if they're going to make it again through another one of these. And I know a lot of people it's going to really be hurting if they can't work again. And one of them is my beautician that I love to death. I go to a bunch of little old country girls in this shop, and she said, "We can't do it." She said, "We can't go that long again without working." I know what I'd be doing.
20 gauge doesn't shoot a tighter pattern. That's depending on what kind of choke you've got in it, certainly, but it doesn't shoot a tighter pattern at 12 gauge. It's just a lot lighter. It forces you to, and they're pumps. It forces you to take a better shot, a close shot. And I didn't miss anything. I'm really good with a 20 gauge. They just swing better, and you got to get them in range. And there's no guesswork. I don't do that anyhow, but so yeah, there's that. And I'm just going to keep hunting these dogs around here. The geese, snow geese. I bet there were 50 teal that blew out of the impoundment this morning, and So it's getting nice because I can just kind of start working my way around, but the goose season doesn't open up till December 18th or something. And since this lockdown's happened, we've had a hard time getting the dogs chow, mainly the liver. They eat the hell out of liver. And it's become kind of non-existent because of the cattle thing with coronavirus, even chicken livers. They try feeding these dogs some dog food and look out. And so it's who you're nice to and who you take care of. I always say, be nice to people and tip well. And those guys up at the picker, the duck picker, the deer skinner, they really like me because I hook those dudes up. And they've been saving all the liver and heart from all the ungutted deer that guys bring in. Some guys just don't even want to mess with it and bring it up there for a little bit extra. They gut them. So I came back with, I don't know.
That was really nice.
8 or 10 hearts, and the same with livers. And he said, just stop by every few days. I'll just keep them right here for you. So I dropped my ducks off to get them picked, and the dogs had a big. Zena's never eaten heart before.
She liked it, didn't she?
Oh my God, they loved that. So I fed them all a big bunch of hearts today. And, get them some deer.
Michonne's back legs are not doing any better, so we ordered her some little booties. They're about that big. We've not put them on her yet. I'm going to see her try to walk in those things, but supposedly they have traction, so she won't go down. Yeah, CJ, we have a sushi place that our favorite sushi place in Easton, and when all of this started and it was mandatory shutdown, they just did curbside service. Call ahead, order your sushi, go in and pay with a mask on and leave. And when everything opened back up, they never did open back up. They just kept it curbside. And Dawn said, shit, they're probably making more money. They don't have to pay all of those Japanese girls in there. They don't have to pay dishwashers and all of that stuff. I mean, they're probably financially doing better by not having people in. But I even have a lot of teen wives, actually, in Virginia Beach that they bartend. They've all got good jobs, you know. A lot of them work in the medical field, but in the summertime and stuff, they bartend at night because the tips, it's unbelievable what those girls make. So they've lost that job. Why are you grinning?
Yeah, I'm taking them to the. I think we've killed 17 ducks here, and so I'm going to accumulate 20 at a time and take them down there for folks coming in. I'm not going to give out frozen ducks anymore unless somebody wants them, or frozen goose. I'm going to get them all smoked and brined because that's just the best way to go. And I give them ducks and geese, and how many guys I call and go, how was it? And they go, I screwed that one up, man. I was like, oh, damn, you know. This is just brainless. It's already done. You just lay it out there, throw some crackers with it, and people will pick that. I'll eat the whole damn
cream cheese and that smoked duck on like a little club cracker, a little buttery cracker. Oh, it's delicious.
He
so
throws
good.
them and brines them and cures them as sweet brine, and then he smokes them for a few days in this big smoker. Wraps them up, freezes them, and gives them to you, and they're good. So yes, I got to get them down there. I just want to. It's not very close here, so I got to take a good load at a time and get them down there. So I'm going to get a few more and run them down, and then I'll just keep rotating them out. So between getting them picked, I think he was picking his $4 a duck. A goose is $5, and then to brine them, I think he charges me $6 a duck to get them done. So it's nice having them out here in the fish and everything else, but some of it's not cheap. What's cheap right now is they're just good for the charity. They are just killing this impound out here. I thought they'd have gone through it a lot faster than they have, but a lot of that chufa came up, and they are just content down in those nuts, and they're starting to move down to the other impoundments. So I don't have any worries here. They're just nice big fat ducks and fly like the dickens, man.
So my little granddaughter is starting to talk now. Whoa. Looks like it's coming in sheets. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Thank God we got a new roof put on.
Yeah, I just pulled both boats. My Zodiac's out there.
You never did put that cover on, did you?
I had to clean it out. I'm going to take it up there and get it serviced and get a new bilge. Don't put in it. It's up. It's elevated. Rain's just going out.
So anyway, my granddaughter's starting to talk, and so now she's
Pet her.
yeah, and Pap. So I am so excited about Christmas. I've got up 5 Christmas trees in this house already. She gets scared.
She gets scared and stuff. Poor girl.
She don't
Brought
like
her out
that.
here. She was in the bathroom. She don't like that at all. No, I have not got all. I've got the important blinds done. There's another one. He's jealous of her. So the big ones are when I've got enough blinds right now to deal with anything here duck-wise. But the goose season isn't coming in till December 18th, and for that I mainly use those A-frame blinds. And I got to see where they're feeding at because I can move those around. But there's really no rush in putting those out, and I got to cut a lot of brush to get them in there. I got to find a way. You know, it's a nice blind if I'm just hunting myself, but the dogs can't see. If I put one out there, they got a door on either end. The dogs can't see out. If I put 2 of them together, Warrior lays right in the middle, and he can look out because he wants to see. It must be terrible being a dog in a blind that you can't see what's going on out there. You hear them, and then everybody's shooting. And I got to figure out a way to cut a hole in that
She's just
for
shivering.
Xena to get the.
Maybe she'd feel better under the table.
She's all right.
She's shivering.
I don't know. She didn't like it. It ain't thundering. So I got time for that, and we'll get really hot on the geese. There's a lot of geese down here now, and they're just having a great time down there. I'm not bothering them. I don't bother the ducks, so everybody's doing pretty well. So millet report. I'll tell you about the millet report. I was so excited about that shit. It's like living in Florida here right now. It's just we haven't had any cold weather, so here's what happens. I think I put a video of it up. The millet breaks down and falls on the ground, and then it rains, and it starts growing new millet. And so you get a secondary growth of millet out there, smaller plants with a much smaller head, but it's millet. Now, unfortunately, there's been so much rain that the seeds are sprouting on the ground. They're taking the entire millet plant and it's just green. I don't know if the geese are going to eat it or not. There's just too much of a good thing. There's too much rain now, and it's ruining a lot of that crop. I mean, that shit will mold, break down, decompose. They're just small seeds. It's like putting a peanut in a glass of water. I mean, that peanut is not going to stay a good crunchy peanut for very long. So we're going to have to see, but there's a ton of food out there for them. That chufa is absolutely nuts this year. It's so thick, and even though it's flooded, they're not landing in the other impoundments because it's so overgrown with chufa. The only reason they're in this one is I got out there and I bush hogged a big circle in it because I figured that might happen, but I didn't do it to the other ones. But they'll get in eventually.
And his golf cart shit the bed. Finally, after all these years, he raised hell at me when we were running Extreme Seal Experience. I was having to carry all those big, heavy, hot cauldrons, because that's how much we had to have, back to that cabin, drive my car to the gate, and make 50 trips hauling stuff. And finally, I just went and bought a golf cart. He couldn't live without it now. Those instructors loved it, but it's dead, so we're going to have to get another golf cart. He relies on that thing. A battery-operated one would be better because it doesn't make any noise, but...
I'll never get one like that again.
Like what?
Oh, how long have we had that thing?
Oh, years. And
Has it been 15 years? It's had to
maybe.
have been at least that.
And-
I've never done anything to it. I mean, like nothing.
And we haven't ever had like a garage to keep it in or nothing. It's been out in the weather. It looks like shit, but it runs. Well, it did run.
It really just.
What do you mean you'll never get another one? Never get a gas one?
I'll never get one like that again that lasts that long.
So I did a good job.
I remember a cartoon in some military thing I was looking at of this sergeant in World War II. You know, he had the World War II garb on, and he's sobbing, he's crying, and he's got his .45 pistol out, and it's pointed at his Jeep, and he's going to shoot his Jeep. His Jeep is obviously broken down. He's just tore up. That's what I might have to do. I might have to just go out there and hit the video camera and put it down. For good.
We have gas-powered ones because, again, we don't have nice garages or anything to pull them in, you know, and plug them up to charge them. So,
gas-powered.
Yeah, and gas-powered is sort of the way to go. You know, if one of those batteries goes, I don't know. My dad had both, and he said always go with gas. They're easier, so. But, well, she went and hid again.
Yeah, she hates that. There's Navy spook on his back. Good. There's Pep. Little Bear, of course, is now French. You and Clever Trevor got something. He's Irish. I think he's from Ireland.
Where is Navy spook?
He's down there a little bit. Somebody danced on him. Willie and Joe. That was Bill Malden. Was that what it was? I'll never forget that cartoon. That was a good one. So, what else were we going to do? Is the bosun still on here?
I think he was.
Let me see if the bosun's still on here, and I'll go that route for the bosun if he's still on here. So, yeah, my Zodiac, me and my brother tried the Sea Duck rig out of that boat, and I don't know, man. But I'm really good with the Zodiac, and I can haul all the same decoys. I just hang them off of the spray tubes. I've already done it. And just go out there and set that up and go out. I don't think I'm going to take a Xena or Warrior.
Not in that Zodiac.
Because they get a little goofy out there. So if I'm going to die, I'll do it myself. So let me see. Yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned this on here. I got a real intel update. I don't know if I did this last Saturday or Sunday when we did this about the geese. How many geese and ducks are down here? I might have done it, but it was from the DNR guy who said because we've locked down the Canadian border, you know, the Canadians have, that we're not, American hunters aren't able to go up there and shoot all the ducks and geese. And so that's one positive. There's positive things that have come out of this coronavirus. And there's probably going to be less, you know, guys not shooting sea ducks this year because of this stuff. So I look for a silver lining on a dark cloud, I guess. There's some good things that have come out of this, and pollution and everything else. But for us, it's bad. But yeah, I don't care if Americans don't get to shoot their geese in Canada and break all the rules up there.
There's bosun.
The bosun, man and ready. I told, who is that on here that wants me to tell the bosun mate story? Oh my gosh, he's on here all the time. I'm gonna execute myself, but he's always on me. I can't miss the show, but he's just interested in the whole bosun mate thing. So on all the shit that I did as a bosun mate, I got one good, really good one. And I don't think Riley's ever heard this story. I mean, I know he didn't. When I left the Lockwood, I went on board the USS McKee. The Lockwood was a frigate, like a destroyer. The McKee was a subtender, and that thing was a monster ship. And it was still being built when we were on it. And then we had to get it out and do all kinds of these crazy sea trials, do just weird stuff with it. And one was dropping the anchors. And the anchors on that subtender, I know the bosun was on a aircraft carrier, and he used to tell me about dropping the anchor on an aircraft carrier. And I was in 3rd Division, and 3rd Division on that subtender took care of the aft anchor. So you had 2 up front, and you had 1 in the back, and there were these crazy little maneuvering things they could do to drop a hook either way and then back up and drop one there and pull forward, really secure the ship. And so we had to drop the aft anchor, and I was the guy going to do it. And so I learned from the bosun how to be a cool bosun mate. And a cool bosun mate free falls the anchor. And by free falling the anchor, if I don't remember the story the bosun told, when they would free fall the anchor, you could either, it's locked in, you could break away this big pelican hook and then slowly release the anchor and get it to run, or you could take the turns off, hit that pelican hook, and let that thing free fall like a freight train. And that's what the cool bosun mates did. And I think the bosun told me on the carrier, they used to lay a mattress out and would tie ropes to the guy that was going to hit that pelican hook and release that anchor so they could rip him out of the way of it. Anyhow, it's so simple, but I'm going to be a cool boatman. I'm going to free fall. And so who gets assigned to the windlass? All you got to do is either this way or this way. The dumbest guy in the deck division, and that's kind of quite a record, because deck division guys aren't very smart anyhow, but we got the dumbest guy on there. So the instructions were simple, take turns off, put turns on. It was really easy. And I free-falled that anchor chain. I had a guy do it. I'm supervising the whole thing. And we had done it on Lockwood before. When that anchor chain started spilling out of that sub-tender, everybody on that thing about shit. It's a monstrous ass chain, and it was running, buddy. That thing was free-falling its ass off. And paint chips, as it was going through the hosel, was just flying up to the overhead. And never saw anything like it. It was going out. And so we're cool. I knew how many shots. It's a long ass thing. And so, but it's going a little bit fast. And so I tell that guy, slow it down a little bit. Start adding some turns. Let's start slowing that thing down. And he starts putting making it go faster. And he does it even more. And that thing is ripping out of there now. He's completely ass backwards, and it's really freight training out of there, out of absolute control. And the next thing I see is the yellow shot comes out. It's a warning shot. The yellow shot comes out. Yellow paint chips go sailing everywhere. There's no way to get over to him to stop this. Everybody else is back. It's just kind of me and him. And the next thing I see is that red shot come out, and there is no stopping it. And they, one of the chief boatmates ran over and hit that brake. And when he did, that anchor popped up into the overhead, which was up there off of the, hit the underside of the flight deck and just folded that thing in with the red shot on deck. I don't know how many people know that, but the next thing that was going to happen was that red shot was going to come whooping out of that thing and rip out half of the stern of that ship and go right over the side.
And killed us all.
Oh, it was bad. I think it would have just flipped out. Everybody was out of the way of it running. But I don't know that if the bosun has ever saw a yellow or red shot of anchor chain, except in the yards when they were loading it in. I have. So how we did it, man. I mean, it was.
Hi, infantryman. We got a bunch of people on here back. I'm so glad to see Navy Spook back. Bassett, please don't ask about that bubbly hot snot on that ship.
That was bad. Anything for a bet.
Yeah.
I got a guy who contacted me just before we came on here with a verification, and as soon as I saw the name, I went, "Oh my!" And so I have an ability to contact the guys with their PayPal receipt, and I called him and I go, "Dude, that's a bad one right there. I've got endless requests to verify him. The guy's never served in the military. You can see." I'll save it, but he's mad enough. They were out hundreds of thousands of dollars to this guy, and he is just their latest victim. But this guy's mad enough to hook me up with a three-way call, so
Hi, Tim.
maybe we'll get him tomorrow. The Master Chief, Team 5.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if we don't get... I told you guys that we had to unhook the internet satellite dish, and we had to unhook DirecTV. Well, DirecTV came out and fixed their shit, and I've been on hold with them 5 different times, and I've never been on hold less than an hour and a half. I just put it on speaker and just let it go, and you get transferred to this person and that person. They were going to charge me $500 to come out here and do it, and I've been a good customer for years. And so the next day, after talking to 3 or 4 different people, I finally get that waived. We have no internet here. I mean, we don't have great internet. You guys know that anyway, but we have none. We are running on our last few minutes on these little jetpacks that Don's got on the porch out there. So when I got in touch with them yesterday, they said they would be here on the 26th. And I said, do you freaking realize that we both work from home? We have to have internet, and the 26th is Thanksgiving. Nobody's coming out here on Thanksgiving. And so some little guy, finally got some little guy that could speak English, and they're supposed to be coming tomorrow. Anytime from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock tomorrow night, I reckon. But I hope to hell that somebody comes out here, or we're not going to be doing a lot on here. And Dumb Ice has to take a mixed drink with him out into the duck blind and spills it on the damn video camera. So now we don't have a video camera. So now I have to buy another video camera. I never seen anybody, and so he calls me and wants to know if I can bring him a bag of rice and some rum. No, I ain't bringing any damn rum out there. And then he waits until today to put the video camera in a bag of rice. That's too late. That shit ain't gonna work. You have to put it in that rice right then.
I think the rum might preserve it.
No, I don't think so. It's gonna
like
make it rust.
It's the Coke that's gonna get all sticky in there, but it shit the bed of me. I just, it was in my gun bag. I know you're not supposed to do that, but it feels right. It just feels right.
I don't even think rice will work on a video camera. It works on a phone, but not on a video camera.
Don't know. You gotta be doing something out there. You gotta be doing something. So that's what I do. You can see it happen. I just didn't screw the lid down real tight and loaded it in my gun bag. And luckily this one didn't, but all my shells are sticky. My duck calls are sticky.
But I got that. I ordered that last one. He screwed up the other camera too. He goes through cameras a lot, especially GoPros. But the other, we just use a little Sony, nice and heavy, well made. And I ordered what I thought was the same one that I got him last year. It was plastic. It felt like a toy, didn't it? It wasn't worth the shit. So I really want to touch it. Crown Royal apple and ginger ale.
There it is. We'll see. I don't know.
But when we were running those courses, I can't tell you the Dumb Ice boys that get in that pond with the phones in, and we saved a lot of phones. Deader than 4 o'clock.
What's this? Yeah, it's dead. It's gone. Well, back in the rice for a while. We'll check it.
That ain't gonna help.
Don't know anything else to do. Damn it.
I get that thing from the exchange, the paper, when things are on sale. How do you order something online from the Navy Exchange? How do you prove that you're eligible to be shopping there? Or do they not give a shit anymore? Can just anybody shop there?
There's something you gotta go through. There's something. That sucks, because we were looking to do it before. It ain't much.
Radar says give camera a bath in water and then the rice may work.
Well, I got my GoPro here. I was shooting 2 cameras out there, blowing a duck call, running a jerk string, and taking Xena, trying to shoot ducks.
They say change the battery or charge the battery. Have you tried charging it?
Yeah.
You did? It's in there on at my computer.
I put it in there. But I can change the battery, I guess. I didn't try that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if anybody caught the Curse of Oak Island, the season, 2-hour season. I got like 20 minutes of it left on here. But, yeah, that was a disappointing one.
The what?
The diver went down there and got that gold coin, and it went right out of his hand. I said they had to have done that on purpose. They had to have done that on purpose and watch that thing flutter down. So, yeah, the mystery continues at Oak Island. So I'm all bummed out.
I appreciate it, CJ, but we'll just get us one.
Where's Kitty? Did somebody see the kitty?
Kitty right back here, Mama
That's
Kitty.
Mama kitty. Baby kitties run around here somewhere.
Well, our cats have been house trained. You know, I haven't had a litter box in years, but I have plants. I have quite a bit of plants, and I have to bring them all inside when it starts getting cold. So I decided that I was going to have to get a litter box to keep her out of my plants. So I went and got one, and I put it at the head of the stairs. God, it ain't like it smells like cat shit or pee. I can just smell that damn litter. It just about makes me sick. It's got some kind of deodorant stuff in it. These cats have got to start shitting outside again because I can't stand it. Okay, now when's the new Walking Dead coming?
There ain't.
Oh no, we don't like them new Walking Dead ones. We never could get in that. No good. We just like the regular one, but I think it starts this month, don't it?
No, I'm watching. I will watch Oak Island until I die or they die, or find something. I can't pull myself away from it. It's always one more roll of the dice. Maybe they'll do it this time.
I never watch it Hosenfeld. They never find nothing. I can't. He watches it over and over and over, and
That dumbass
the equipment
diver dropped that
always
gold
breaks.
coin.
Everything breaks, and they can't find shit.
And then he said he drops that coin. That had to have been what it is, a gold coin, and said, "Well, I can't go any deeper. Like it's right down there. If that was me running that thing, paying those fuckers, I'd have said, you better get your ass down at that bottom and get that coin, and pick it up."
Yellowstone starts the 20th something. Debbie told me about it, and I've got it wrote down in there by my chair. I like that show. Well, I'm done talking.
Well, you've certainly said a lot. I've done the Millet Report. I don't know where else I'm going with any of this. That's what it is. That's what it is. Your ID card. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I knew it was something like that.
It's on your military ID card?
Yeah, they had something. I don't know why we were on there. Somebody said to get on there for something. I don't know. We got to get Yellowstone and catch up to it.
I know.
Everybody's got something going on here.
So everybody's getting off of Facebook, I guess, and getting on this new MeWe. Is that what it is? That one seems to be more like Facebook. You can put pictures up and stuff like that. That other one, Parter or something like that, I couldn't see much use in that, but like I never saw much use in Twitter or none of that other shit either.
I like the show because of the history behind it. I know there's something there, and if whatever's there may not be there, but me and her did a treasure hunt for Mexican gold. The video's up in here, and that shit was there, just wasn't anymore. But there's been something there. There's too much history. They find way too much shit, and who knows what it is.
They find a piece of a fork.
Well, that shit, guys have been trying that, including our president. What was the president's name that died of polio, or had polio before he had that shit? He was there doing it. Guys have been looking for this shit for 250 some years. And there's too much evidence, too much proof, too much shit going back to the Knights Templar. I mean, they really make a good, compelling case. And the guys that have tried it before them and died, I mean, it might not be there, but something's been there. Something has been there. And they do find some interesting shit. They just do. And the money that those guys spend. So,
Bassett, you better quit drinking.
What's Bassett doing?
Said that Bethany, he can't spell, is in love with Rip on Yellowstone, and she pretends I'm him in bed. You better slow down on that drinking, honey.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What is that?
Oh, well, maybe it was Sweet
That
Kitty.
cat.
Just Sweet Kitty.
Bassett said she makes me wear a cowboy hat. I bought you some boots. Put them on.
That's right. There's something. So, I don't know, just the history and the frustration of guys and the money that guys have just dedicated their entire lives to finding this, whatever's down there. And now with the new excavation, they're getting frustrated and burying
They
it.
must be rich.
So
How
they-
are they affording to
Those-
do all
Those
that?
dudes, well, they've got all these new shows coming out.
But
They're
are
searching
people investing in
treasure
that or
all over
something?
the world. I'm sure they have a lot of that, but those guys do. They're no slouches. But they can't even find the original site because guys have become so frustrated and give up that they buried it. So they're guessing as to where the original, what they call the money pit was. It's just really strange. I think there's a lot of drama in the show. There's a lot of bullshit. They're always coming up with something, and they always make this sound effects, and they look at each other, and somebody will say something, you know, if there's new proof of this new map, and they all go,
She said that cat's looking for a place to potty.
you know what? That's why. Once you happen to,
Go get her and open the door. There's the other one looking at us. We're gonna have
Oh,
Patsy. Go.
that's sweet kitty.
God almighty, all these darn animals. President Roosevelt, yeah. No, CJ, we don't have snowmobiles. We really don't get much snow. I don't think we got any snow last year. We've got a little bit of snow the first couple of years we were here, but none to speak of. Like Virginia doesn't get that much. It's a fluke if we get very much, but no need for snowmobiles.
There's Conan. Kitty. Wakes me up every morning.
You were supposed to be. Oh, did you open the door? Good.
That's why I was thinking somebody else noticed it too, because she was over here flicking her tail. Like I'm really working one up.
Oh, I didn't know if they were rich, if they had money, or if they just got a lot of people to invest in that thing. But all that equipment, and as long as they've been doing it, they must have spent a fortune already trying to find that shit.
Oh yeah. Makes for a good TV show, but you're not making that off of a reality show. So I mean that might help pay a couple of gas bills for a tractor or something. It's nothing. The bigger money comes in second season episodes, second season, third season, shit like that, and they start doing it. But now they've got all these other new reality treasure hunting shows. Both the brothers do, and so
The Knights Templar.
it's Rick and Marty Laguna. Well, I'll tell you, if you watch some of the shit that they found, that one little thing that they found, it looked like a crucifix, but traced it back to a Templar prison, and the exact depiction of that was drawn. They used that symbol, and it wasn't a cross; it was a crucifix with some other shit, and they had all those Templars locked up in this French prison. If you missed that episode, that was flipping crazy. They were in there for years, waiting to be executed, and some of they had nothing to do but carve out on the rocks and they were using their teeth to do it, using them as tools to make these intricate little drawings and tell the stories and write shit. Whoa. I know what that feels like being around here.
CJ, no, we're doing okay being in quarantine. What just happened? Oh, somebody just put that up, I guess.
Oh, it's infantry, hound dog. I mean, he's sending me emails and everything else. Man, he is going nutty. He is going nutty.
When we first moved down here,
$129. Go ahead, you keep talking.
when we first moved down here, there was so much to be done to get it to be a charity property that most of the work and the money and stuff was going into the farm. You know, getting impoundments built and all of that stuff, and the crops, and learning sort of as we go. And so during this shutdown, we pick a room and paint it, you know, getting some stuff done in here that we just never have made time for. And I'm gonna paint my bedroom this winter, you know, while we're stuck in here. So we're hanging okay. I just you know, I read where people say that people are making more of this COVID thing than what it really is, and are you really going to wear a mask forever and let the government control what you do and where you go? And I don't know anything about all that. All I know is I don't want it, and I don't want to give it to anybody. You know, I don't want to have a newborn little nephew in Tennessee, and just my mama and my sister and her husband are older than me, so I'm just going to keep wearing them masks and gloves and whatever the hell I have to do.
We're lucky we get along so well.
Okay.
She can't get along without me. She has to have her daily Dawn fix around here, so you know, it does smell good. Nice bowl of chili. We always liked chili. Dan would always make chili when it was cold for the guys, and
They always
stuff like
loved
that.
it.
The hunters come up here for their lunch. I'd always be bitching about it. I'm a hard bastard. I am a hard bastard.
You're a big pussy
in
anymore.
those duck blinds.
He whines, it's too hot, it's too cold. Ooh, I'm cold. He's changing older
There's
he gets.
clowns out there, and there's a bunch of them on here too that'll do it. I'll be out in that blind, it's cold as hell. We're hunting geese, and I mean, you stick and stay and make them pay. And somebody will go, "Anybody getting hungry?" And I go, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" They just spread that thing. No, I'm a little hungry, and I go, "Oh my God, here it comes!" And then they start whining about food, and I said, "As soon as we get out of this blind, the geese are going to come in here. I'm staying." And we pulled some real marathons down here, real marathon hunts for days.
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it sounds like the roof's coming off of this place.
It's bad. And it's just, there's so much rain. It's been so wet. And these farmers, that's the other thing I think I mentioned about the geese from that DNR guy. I don't know if I mentioned it on here last year. They got nothing to eat. There's no fields that have been picked, and the geese are struggling to find enough food. The corn fields, the soybean fields, Greg's picked his. They got a few picked from this last little dry spell before all that rain fell. I mean, we had inches and inches and inches, and some guys were able to get in it.
I'm sorry, but your jetpack is going to be soaked out there, and we don't need one of those to go bad. That's our only internet we got left. Yeah, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go get that thing. The wind's blowing. He props that little jetpack up on the table out there on the screened-in porch so that we can have enough juice to do this, and it's getting soaked. So I'm going to go get it. We got to get off of here.
But
good night, guys. Thank you all.
But that's the pisser now. There's a lot of guys losing a lot of money around here. A lot of farmers that aren't able to get in and pick those crops. And so the geese can come right here. I'll take good care of them. Thank you, Terry, for resetting that. And,
oh my gosh.
I know. Here it comes.
Woo! Yeah. It's getting wet.
Bad shit here, man. Bad shit. I hate this. We got to dry out. Got to dry out. It's terrible here right now. Okay, guys. And the other thing that DNR guy goes is, he goes, wait and see how much snow we get this year. He goes, these conditions were ripe for, in like, I think he said 94, it was just like this. And it was just records amount of snow or whatever year he said, but he remembered all that shit. Same conditions. No. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, Scotty, Lily, Larry, Woody, Iron Balls, Trucker Dean. We got to talk. We got to talk. Make a call right now. We might change the plan up slightly for you because I never thought we'd get a spot for sea duck hunting, but if this is all still on, I might take you guys out sea duck hunting. We'll change the plan up a little bit. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Thanks.